All right, guys. This is Nick Sabre with Perenni here, and I'm coming at you with a gold tier Scrimcast this evening. I'm solo casting tonight, so don't be hating too much. But I was trying to find a co-caster for like the last 20 minutes or so. I thought I had somebody locked up. It doesn't look like that's what's gonna be. So I had to jump into this game by myself, and we'll see how well I can actually jump around the map. It's been a couple weeks since I did a Scrimcast, so I'm hoping that I don't run into issues. So looks like we missed a little bit here. Let me scroll down and see. So tonight we have two teams. Turn my swag on versus Coming Soon. Both gold tier caliber teams. Both teams have players that have been around the scene for a really long time. It's kind of a mishmash of players. The team featuring Chunks, those guys have been playing together for a little while now. That would be Coming Soon. But let's get right into the bands. Looks like if we go into this, the first bands were Tempest and Cthulhu Font by Turn My Swag On. And that was followed up by Parasitophilia by Coming Soon. It looks like Smacktrix for Coming Soon. He's closing the loop of taking all the major player junglers out of it. And Cthulhu Font's one of those heroes that can be played in a suicide role and a jungling role. That was followed up by Kraken First Pick by Turn My Swag On. Smacktrix came back with the Magmus. Then we had a Rhapsody, Swiftblade, Silhouette, Engineer follow-up. So pretty standard picks coming out. Silhouette's one of those heroes that has sort of come alive on the scene again, especially since they buffed her ultimate. Magmus is one of those heroes that I think you guys have watched enough of me streaming to know that I absolutely despise that hero. And it's not because the hero's bad. I just don't like him because the majority of the time that I play with him or against him, he either rapes me or the person that I have on my team playing him has no idea what the hell they're doing. So we're into the second banning phase now, and it looks like Turn My Swag On is going to start this out with the Dr. Repulsor because nobody likes a Repulsor picker. And Smacktrix is going to follow that up with a Madman. I don't know if that was really that must be a preference pick. Either that, Smacktrix either hates playing against them, or somebody on that team hates playing against them, or somebody on the Legion team really likes Madman. So I just don't see that as a hero that is really prominent on the scene right now. Turn My Swag On followed it up by banning Dark Lady, and Dark Lady is still one of those heroes. It's more or less a preference pick, but she is one of the hardest carries in the game, and I have been seeing on the Diamond division some of the top teams pick her up. She's one of the few melee hard carries that's really, really hard to kite. She's really, really hard to evade, just based on her ultimate and the fact she has a build-in slow and essentially a blink with Dark Blades. But it's also followed up by a Rally ban. Rally is another one of those heroes that's kind of in and out of the meta, but it might have been a preference pick. Smacktrix might just hate playing against him. So I think we have one more ban. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, one more ban by each team. Flux, which is an awesome combo with the Engie, which is great to take care of. And Smacktrix banned out the bubbles. Thank you, Smack! Drew coming through, taking the bubbles out for me. God, I can't stand games with bubbles in them anymore. It's just the hero is so played out. And it seems like if he's not, first picked, he's in every game. And somebody's going to pick him up. And I'm just glad that Drew banned him out so I don't actually have to cast or watch him hop around the map. So I need to turn off these notifications. I hide this somehow. Notification. There we go. Get that out of the screen. So we're going into the picking phase here. I'm curious. I mean, they have a pretty decent AoE synergy happening on the Hellborn side. Not so much on the Legion side. I mean, obviously, they have the really hard carry in Silhouette, but Hellborn can also match that with the Swiftblade. But I'm curious what they're going to do with this lineup. I don't really see a clear direction that they're going to go. The Magnus Engineer lane is always great. If you can get a babysit for the Swiftblade and then run a Suicide, the Hellborn team pretty much has that locked up. But the lanes are pretty open right now for the Legion team, and it looks like they're going to go with the Torture pick. So I imagine they'll run Torture as a secondary support. I'm just curious where at on the map. I don't know if they're going to see. The nice thing about Silhouette is she's one of those hard carries that she really doesn't need a babysit. She can hold her own entirely in a lane all by herself. She has a great escape mechanism, and she has the ability to pretty much drop any Suicide hero that's going to go up against her. Her farming utility is where she runs into some kind of issue, and it looks like they're going to go with the Wretched Hag. Okay, so I don't know if they're going to run this as a 2-carry strat or what they plan on doing, if they're going to prioritize farm on the Swiftblade, if they're going to prioritize farm on the Hag. But Hag's also, I guess you could run Hag as a Suicide, and she would fare well against, say, a Silhouette in a solo role. So that's probably what they're going to probably set up to do here. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Whatever lane that they think the Silhouette's going to go, that's probably where they're going to send the Hag. Let me see if I have everything set right on the stream, guys. I don't know if I do. Let me refresh this. Did I just hear Solstice? Am I getting happy? I think I might be getting happy, guys. Did I hear Solstice? I gotta go back and check. Oh my, we got the Solstice and the Geomancer. I've been waiting so long for the Geo to pick up on the scene. He's like Magnus 2.0, but he has like an AoE dot that's amazing. And I don't know if you guys watched the last cast that I did. It's probably one of the most entertaining casts I've ever done. But we had a Solstice that landed 2 or 3 epic ultis. He also had a Clanks on his team, which was really entertaining. You see, you guys have to understand something. Whenever I cast these games, part of the reason why I enjoy doing Gold Tier is because you see some really, really interesting heroes that you typically wouldn't see on the Diamond Division. I mean, I understand when they're scrimming, you probably see a little bit more. But for the most part, in the Gold Tier... Whoops, I need to switch my screen. My bad. Let me get into the game here. Should have picked up on that real quick. But back to what I was saying in regards to the hero selection in the Gold Tier scrims. You see a lot more variety. Even in the matches, you see a lot more variety of heroes. And for example, in these 2 games here, the Solstice pickup and the Geo pickup, relatively unique. I'm curious how they're going to play this Geo. I guess Geo could be played in a Suicide role. I don't necessarily know how they're going to do it. So it looks like they're going to send Swiftblade bottom. They're floating around the jungle here. It's probably just to prevent them from warding up for Solstice. It looks like Solstice is going to run in the jungle. And we had the Hag top, expecting the Dark Lady to follow suit. But it looks like they're going to send Geo top. So maybe they're going to try to prioritize farm on this Hag and just let this Swiftblade struggle down bottom. It looks like he's going to go up against the Torturer Silhouette lane. This is a really interesting makeup from the Legion team. I don't know exactly how they're going to do this. I mean, the Silhouette against the Swiftblade, if that's how the lane's going to be set up, the Torturer has no business being here. I mean, there's no point for the hero being here, and I don't know if that's out of range. Is that out of range? I don't know. I can't. What is it? D? What's the key to draw? Oh, man, I forget. Well, regardless, the middle matchup is exactly what I thought with the Engineer Magnus versus the Kraken Rhapsody. So that's going to be a pretty interesting lane to watch. We have a double stun versus a single stun, but this Swiftblade is going to seriously struggle. If this Torture intends on staying bottom and does put points in impalement like this, the Swiftblade is not going to be able to stay. And a big part of the problem is that even if Swift spins, he's not going to negate the auto attack damage from Torture or the impalement. But I guess you could say the same thing. Yeah, I was just going to say it. I guess it'll be the same thing for this Geo top. If you look at it, okay, so he went dig first, which is interesting. But imagine if he puts some points in Earth's Grasp, this Hag will have a pretty difficult time staying in this lane. The same way if this Hag maxes out what the hell's it called? Oh, the haunt. So, because, you know, Hag in a solo role, if you're going against Hag with the haunt, let's see, did she put points in it? Yeah, okay, she put a point in haunt, which is great. So this Geo is going to have a difficult time in this lane. But I'm just really curious if they expect this Swiftblade to get any farm whatsoever. I mean, he doesn't have a deny, he doesn't have an assist, I mean, he doesn't have a deny, he doesn't have a creep kill, he's already burned his pot. And, I mean, they gave him, well, I don't know if they pulled that to him or not, but, I mean, he's sitting on 4 tangos, but the thing about it is it's going to be so hard for him to even stay in experience range, and if the Torture plays this right, they'll completely negate him and keep him significantly underleveled. Let's look at the warding here. So, Swift did end up getting off the ward bottom, which is not allowing them to pull. So, this might actually work out in his favor, where if the creep wave does get pushed up toward the middle, or not toward the middle of this lane or closer to the tower, he will be able to get experience and they won't be able to deny him of that. But it looks like we have maybe a gank attempt top. Nope. Okay, so they just sent the illusion top from the engineer. If I was Hag, I'd be pissed off about that, because what it's doing is it's not allowing the creep wave to come back. All the creeps were attacking the illusion. Oh well. It looks like Solstice is faring pretty decent so far. How do you do his build? Okay, so he is gonna put points in the Solar Slash. He is just gonna go straight for the jungle build. That might actually turn into an Alchemist Bones for him if he gets relatively decent farm. But as of right now, we are seeing very little action. We do have wards bottom, so they both have sight of the bottom rune. It's such a shame that must just be out of range. But the Swiftblade, if I'm looking at the experience per minute, he's second highest on the team. Torture needs to be doing a better job down here bottom. I mean, doesn't end the stun. He should be following this up with the impalement. If he has mana, he should be using it, especially if he can get behind the Swift. Because if he starts to back, every impalement spike will hit him. But they're doing a really bad job bottom of keeping this Swift out of experience range. I mean, obviously he's taken the role of deciding that he's not going to get any creep kills. Oh, there's another stun. Where's the impalement? Follow it up. Okay, so there's the impalement. And all he has to do is stay out of spin range. But look how much damage the impalement does. Doesn't even need to auto attack him. And the thing about it, does he have another pot? No. Okay, so he's down to his last tango. And it looks like Solstice may have tried to gank top, and I'm going to miss that. Must not have failed. Or it must have failed. If we look at the GPM charts, Silhouette is sitting pretty right now. 324 GPM. I mean, I don't know how many creep kills she may have missed bottom, but it really doesn't matter compared to the Swiftblade who's sitting on 69. But like I said, in the role that he's in right now, he's not trying to get creep kills. And then, I don't know, if this engineer's in a bad spot, they might try to turn this around on the Magnus. Magnus stuns in. The cake lands perfect. The turret also lands perfect. Let's see if they can get the kill off on Rhapsody. Okay, so Rhapsody does end up falling. Engineer falls afterwards, but Engineer did get the experience and I guess the assist gold before he dropped. So the Hellborn team does walk away with the bloodless kill, but overall it's pretty much a wash. Rhapsody just didn't get the benefit from the assist experience. So another thing that this Torture could be doing, if this Swift isn't even going to attempt to get creep kills, which, like I said, it doesn't look like he's going to, because even when the lane was pushed down here and Torture was over trying to stack, which he was doing, he wasn't even attempting to come up on the creep wave. This Torture can leave the lane. I mean, he can roam. He can come up, you know, in the jungle here behind. They don't have sight of that. I mean, he doesn't know that. Obviously, we know that. He doesn't know that. But you could come up behind. It looks like, oh, did I miss a kill here in the middle? It looks like they jumped on the Kraken. The Kraken did fall. And this Rhapsody's trying to get a pick off on the Magnus. The Magnus, okay, drinks his bottle and he's coming back in. I'm going to go back to experience charts, because that seems to be more interesting to me right now, especially early on in how they're playing this. But the Hag and the Magnus are doing okay. So the Magnus is up in experience just solely because of the 2 kills that were there. But this Swiftblade, look at the Swiftblade. He's only 50 experience points per minute. Okay, this Swift is in a really bad spot. And this Swift, he's going to fall. Oh, wow, she misses the last auto attack. She's going to get one more in. She's going to get one more in. Okay, she gets the kill. Wow, I thought she was going to blow that. It looks like we got some action here top. This Engineer's in a really shitty spot. And he's going to fall. Solstice is here. The Magnus does stun in, followed in by the Solstice stun. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a kill on the Geo. They do get a kill on the Geo. They're going to try to turn on the Magnus. Magnus does fall, and Solstice is in a lot of trouble now. They got the Kraken ultimate. He's going to try to stay out of it, but the Rhapsody is really locking him down. The Solstice is going to fall too. Oh, man. What a rough exchange for the Hellborn team. Engineer was in a bad spot to start it out, and it was just one after the other. A back-and-forth exchange where the Legion team came out on top. So 2 pretty good kills there. They dropped the Magnus, and they dropped the Swiftblade bottom. The Magnus is the hero that you want the gold on early, and anytime you can get a kill on him, that's great. And the Swiftblade, if you can negate him any kind of experience... Oh, this Hag is in... Wow! This Hag might be in trouble. Oh, because she does blink away. It's interesting how he almost, like, the Hag walked back into the stun. HB's kind of fucked with even a farming mag. Hellborn. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do agree with who's saying, I think Manifesto was saying that. I do think the Swiftblade is in a really bad spot. I think the team fight potential is relatively even with both of these teams. So wait until we see, like, you know, the first major team fight. We've seen a clash of maybe 2 or 3 heroes, but until we see the first early team fight, I think that it's really hard to judge what's going to happen. I'm actually type this to everybody. And I do agree with Pink. The later this game goes, I think the Hellborn team is in a much better place just because of the Hag Swiftblade Solstice combo really outweighs anything that the Silhouette is going to be able to put down by herself. Silhouette is one of those carries. It's like I said, especially early on with the auto attack damage where she can drop people pretty easily. That and her buff on her ultimate makes her a force late game. It looks like we have some action top. This Geo's in a really bad spot. I don't know if they can get sight on him. He's probably going to dig out. Oh, he's going to try to turn this on the Hag. And he lands a huge ultimate on both of them. Oh my gosh, and the Earth grabs his head on both of them. Torture lands a stun onto the Hag. And I don't know if he's going to try to follow this back up on the Solstice. Solstice does have enough for ulti. He can ulti stun here. Is he going to channel it? Is he going to channel it? Is he going to channel it? Oh, he's channeling it. She's channeling it. Oh, full ulti. Is he got enough for the stun? He does. Okay, it's just the slashes. And Torture lands full duration stun. Okay, I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill. I didn't realize he was in nighttime form there. I don't know. Was that a full duration ultimate? I guess they really did nerf. I guess they really did nerf his ultimate early on. But the experience per minute. Okay, so I'm liking this. I'm still liking this from the Hellborn team. They're staying in it experience-wise. I mean, you can see that reflected on the top bar here. It's only a 200 experience swing. But, yeah, in Mana Font, that's exactly what it was, the range. And it looks like, wow, Silhouette got another kill on the Swiftblade bottom, and I missed it. But it looks like, okay, so this Kraken's in a really bad spot. We have a 4-person collapse on this Kraken. This Kraken's not going to be able to do anything. So they are exchanging, for the most part, kill for kill. This Geo, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He just saw his teammate die by 4 in the middle, and nobody's doing to try to come in and do something here. But he does dig out, which is good. But it looks like they are getting the kill for kill exchange, even though they are up by 2. It just seems that the Legion team is getting the higher priority kills. I'm going to do a real quick item check, and it looks like Silhouette is on her way easily to the Nullstone, so she should have that pretty early on. She already has the Sustainer. Nobody else has really any items to talk about other than the Hag with the Ring of the Teacher, and I really don't see that as, you know, as something that's really going to elevate her to the mid game. Go back to the GPM charts here. So Magnus, he's still farming really well. He's going to have that early portal key if that's the road that he decides to go. He already has bottles and full boots, which is better than pretty much anybody else on his team. But as you can see on this GPM chart, it really tapers off pretty heavy afterwards. Oh, he fell for the illusion fake. So they know the stun's down. They know the keg's down. This is a really bad spot. They're probably both going to fall here. The Magnus does. Okay, they both fall. Well, that was a great play. Great bait by the illusion Rhapsody. And I don't know if they're going to try to put pressure on this mid tower here. Swiftblade's here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to really do anything. There's too many creeps for him to try to ulti, too many heroes for him to try to ulti, and the spin targets are pretty bad. Kraken can just waveform away. Tortures, he's not really sitting heavy on health, but wow, they're doing a lot of pick there. So they could probably kill the Swiftblade if they keep auto-attacking. Huge ultimate land by Solstice. It melted the Kraken. And, oh man, what an ult. I didn't even see him there in the jungle. It was great. And the Swiftblade survives. Big plays all around. So, the kill gap is still the same, pretty much. Experience is still in favor of the Hellborn team, just ever so slightly. The Silhouette is still farming amazingly. I mean, 420 GPM at this point in the game, 12-minute mark. She's doing pretty good, but she's uncontested bottom. They haven't even attempted to gank her. They haven't even attempted to, try to stop her farm. They're just going to keep leaving her be. I think they think that as long as they can transition in the mid game and win team fights, that it doesn't matter how big Silhouette gets because their team fight will outweigh any kind of single DPS damage that she can do. I don't know if I agree with them at this point. They're keeping the experience gap close, and that's because the heroes. Well, I don't even know how they're keeping it close because the Hellborn team's behind in kills. That's the great thing about that Earth's Grasp, right? So even if Hag blinks, the next tick on it's still going to hit her. So one cast of it, a third of her life. And what's Earth's Grasp cost? Just out of curiosity. 100 mana. So he could cast that up to 5 times. And it looks like Solstice is going to go Lightbrand first? Maybe? That would be my guess. Okay, so I'm guessing that, I don't know what the hell what did she just buy? I don't know how to check her inventory. I don't know. I'm guessing she picked up the Nullstone here. Okay. Earth's Grasp, is it going to kill her? No, barely. Almost. Earth's Grasp almost killed Hag. Such a powerful skill. I don't know why it took people so long to pick up on Geo and the potential that he has. I mean, they haven't changed the hero. They haven't buffed him. They haven't nerfed him. Nothing. He's the same hero that he was a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever the hell they introduced him. He's basically the Tremor. And if you haven't seen that movie, and you're a Kevin Bacon fan, rent it. Oh, man! Stunned into the cliff. That's terrible. So unlucky, and this engineer's going to probably get caught out, too. Lands a decent keg. The Earth's Grasp is still ticking on him hard, and the Torture follows up with a stun to make sure the last tick of the Earth's Grasp will hit. And he does get the kill. So they are falling behind in experience. They're definitely behind in gold, and I think it's just because of the Silhouette being as high in GPM as she has right now. They do get the kill on the front tower, which is going to put them further ahead in gold. But like I said before, the experience it's relatively even. We're sitting at 54, and they are behind in kills. So the Hellborn team is definitely doing something right. The Hag, I don't know. She's pushed up. She is doing a lot of chip damage to this tower. I don't know if she's going to be able to kill it before they rotate to her. I doubt it. It's actually in a really bad spot for being close to deny range. A couple more auto attacks into it. Yeah, a couple more auto attacks is going to be in deny range. There's Grasp is down on Geo. That'd be a nice time to jump in on him. He can dig away if the Hag decides to blink and land a stun. Land an ulti. Nice, lands the ultimate. If she can land the Scream, one more auto attack and he falls. He does have Han on him. So he's going to fall. Okay, wow! Silhouette comes in with a deny! Huge deny by Silhouette. The Hag's going to try to blank away. I don't know if they're going to have vision over. They do not. She's going to get out. That was an amazing play by Silhouette. They did have the haunt. I mean, one more tick. Literally, got him right before the last tick of the haunt in order to kill him. And denied him. That was great. Denies Hag the experience. Looks like Kraken just picked up his portal key. So And this Torture is definitely not playing the support Torture. It's playing the secondary support like we talked about early on. I'm just curious what this Swiftblade is going to do. I really don't know if the Ghost Marchers were the best decision. He doesn't have the HP, and the thing about it is there's a lot of physical damage coming out of this Legion team. I'm trying to think. Is this physical? No, magical. The splash is physical. I don't know. There's a relatively decent amount of physical damage coming out of this. Magnus better get the hell out of dodge. I don't know if they had that because they don't know he's there. If the Legion team does want to check their ancients, they're gonna find a Magnus, and they're gonna also find a pretty easy kill. I don't know if he has sight or he has. Okay, no, he doesn't. He has no idea that the 5 of them are there, unless he saw them cross over. But it looks like they're going to try to transition top here. And I guess they're going to push the tower. I mean, there's really nothing stopping them. Okay, so we were talking about the experience. So check this out, guys. So with the standard experience spread across the board, the Hellborn team is somehow 2,000 experience ahead of the Legion team. Oh, Kraken misses the blink charge. So they know that's on cooldown. Hag is sitting back here. Hag has an ulti up in 9 seconds, so we're going to see maybe something. Huge stun by Magnus. He lands it on 3. The Swiftblade is probably going to start spinning here, but the Lana, see what I was talking about with the physical damage. Full ultimate from Solstice. Rhapsody ultimate actually did a lot of work there. If that stun from Solstice would have landed on Rhapsody also, that would have been a completely different team fight. They're going to try to turn this on the Solstice. The Solstice does fall. But I don't know if Hag is going to get ballsy here, so lands 1 Scream. The Silhouette is sitting in the dark, and, oh, wow. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff going on at once. I wish she had vision, because a blink bang would have been enough to kill the Silhouette there. I'm going to put him way ahead. Way ahead. So the experience, even though that fight was pretty much a wash for both teams, it closed the experience gap for the Legion. They did walk away from that by gaining 2,000 experience almost, whereas the Hellborn lost that gap, and it further solidified the fact that the Legion team is ahead in gold. So the Magnus, it was a great initiation. I don't like the Ghost Marchers. I think that was a really bad pickup by Swiftblade. I don't think you go the Ghost Marchers whenever you're getting ticked down so easily. Mag Swiftblade getting killed immediately. Yeah, Mag just stunned anything, and Hag ulted the Rhapsody ulti. Yeah. Well, like I said, if Solstice would have landed that stun on the Rhapsody as opposed to the 2 heroes in front, I think that would have been a totally different fight. They have enough of a creep wave here to push this tower. I don't think the Legion team is going to try to deny it. So the gold gap drops down to 3,000. The game is very close. I'm curious what the Hag's going to end up building here. What do we have items-wise? So Solstice did end up picking up his light brand. We have a portal key on Kraken, which we talked about early on. Looks like they're going to try to jump on this Rhapsody here. I think they should have enough. Oh, man! He guessed where the turret was wrong. Now this Engineer is in a really bad position. I don't know if the Swiftblade could come in, but the Nullstone is really going to negate the damage that they could do. They don't really have anything to cancel it other than the Swiftblade ultimate. Obviously, you don't want to burn a Swiftblade ultimate on a Nullstone. Silhouette says, fuck it, I'm going in. I'll take your Ancients if I do anything. Ooh, Swiftblade's in a really bad spot. She's going to jump. I don't know if she's going to have enough damage to actually kill him. Nope, she doesn't. And Hag's really pushed up. She's trying to get a pick. I mean, she has her ultimate back up. Level 2 Bat Blast. Level 3 Haunt. Level 4 Scream. I mean, she could take somebody out individually. She could kill this Torture, but she couldn't kill the Torture with the Kraken and the Rhapsody there. So, I don't know if she has vision of the Rhapsody or not. She's still not going to jump with these two sitting here. Oh my goodness! She auto-attacked! By accident! Are they going to find her? Nope, they're not going to find her. And it looks like the Silhouette got a kill on Swiftblade. I don't know why he went back and engaged. I don't know exactly what happened, bottom, but Playmaker making notation to the fact that his hero auto-attacked. That's so funny. Talk about giving away your position. So the Hag goes to Light Brand also. So we have 2 Light Brands. We have Frozen Light now on the Solstice. Looks like he's going to go straight Dawnbringer, which I get. Dawnbringer is a great item on Solstice. They don't have vision of this Kraken. I wonder if they even notice if he's invisible or not. But if he lands an ultimate here, does he have his ultimate? He does. He can drop this right on the Solstice. This Solstice is going to be fucked. Ultimate. He stuns right back in the middle of the ultimate though, but they have the tri-stun. He's going to fall. There's nothing he can do to get out of this. That's such a shame. And the sad thing about it is, if the rune was top, they saw him pick it up. Oh man, I think that was just bad play. They get a kill on the middle tower. Hag does blink away. Earthgraphs is doing some serious work, and Magma somehow PK's out. It looks like they didn't actually hit him with anything in order to proc the PK. I don't really know about that, Swift. I think that your feet would be a hell of a lot better if you had steam boots set on strength. But that's just me. So they are behind in both categories now. Where I said before that they were doing well in the experience range, which, you know, they're still doing pretty well across the board. But if you look on the other side of the graph here, Kraken and Geo and Torture are making up for that deficit that the Hellborn team did have in the beginning. Imagine that Rhapsody's probably going to go for a push book. That makes the most sense. Looks like... Wow. Okay, so Torture went with the Gnomes. You don't see Torture Gnomes very often, but I love that item. I think it's a great pickup on him. And Silhouette just finished Firebrand. So, at this point, the Legion is pretty far ahead. Okay, so I guess the Hag is going to go for the Grimoire. Good decision. And I think the Swiftblade is going to go for an Abyssal Skull. I think it's a great item. I just don't think that he has the life to support an item like that. Abyssal Skull is not going to give him anything in the way of health. It is going to give him lifesteal. And they land a decent stun, decent keg on the Swiftblade. The Swiftblade, okay, so she's going to switch to her illusion. See if her illusion do a little bit of damage. She's going to leave it. I don't think she's going to send it back in. I just think this Swiftblade is making a really poor choice with his items. I mean, he's sitting at 1,000 HP. 1,000 HP. Couple auto attacks from Silhouette and a nuke. See, look, he's in a really shitty spot bottom. I don't know if they're going to be able to kill him or not. Nope. Okay. I guess in that situation, the phase boots actually worked out because he was able to get away from quicker. I still don't like him as an evasion utility. I think he'd be better off with having more HP and being able to fight better, but I guess that's being subjective as a caster as opposed to being a player. And I don't want to say this, guys, but I am nowhere near skill caliber of these guys, so just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Swiftblade is probably a better player overall than I would ever be. And it looks like they're taking a double stack or triple stack ancient? Double stack. So this... I'm going to go to the GPM charts just so you guys can see the differential here. But this Silhouette is getting huge. 500 GPM per minute almost. Closest being the Hag. 366. Solstice. And then the Mag has fallen off significantly. He was up over 350 there for a while. Let's look at the creep stats here. So 167 creeps on Silhouette. I guess the Solstice is pretty close with 149. But you're dealing with jungle creep. I guess most of that is jungle creeps as opposed to lane creeps, and everybody knows it's better to play in the lane than it is to be in the jungle. So Swiftblade finishes Abyssal. I don't really know what that's going to do for him. It's going to give him a little armor, I guess. And he's in a really bad spot right now. They're going to close on him. He thinks he's going to be able to do this last Ancient by himself. And Kraken misses the charge, but he lands a splash, and Geos is here also doing auto attack damage. This is what I'm talking about. The dude does not have enough life to survive. Big stun by Magnus. Huge ultimate by the Hag, and the Solstice ultimate to follow up. Goodbye, team. And the Torture is going to fall. They need to kill... Oh, okay. Wow. How did the Engineer fall? I guess from the Earth's Grasp. So that was definitely in favor of the Hellborn team. The gold lead has been closed a little bit, but the experience lead is back in favor of the Hellborn. So that XP, that XPM chart has shifted. Hag's in a bad spot. I don't know if she's going to be able to blink away or not because she blinks into the trees. Silhouette knows exactly where she is. And her blink's on cooldown for another 2 seconds. She going to be able to blink out? Blinks? Where's she blinked to? Blinked up. Oh! I don't know why she didn't blink down. So, okay, so Silhouette does have the portal piece. She probably would have been able to find her. But that's a nice turn. Playmaker does fall. Looks like, okay. They're just going to kill the illusion. Oh, she switched back. Solstice needs to run. Oh, this engineer's probably going to fall. I don't know. This Silhouette might end up with a triple tap. We'll see what happens. He lands the keg, but it's too late, man. So they call it a double tap. It was really a triple. Let me see. Is that who killed Hag? Who killed Hag? Yeah, okay, so it should have been a triple, but whatever. Stupid announcer. You don't know what you're talking about. Looks like Rhapsody picked up the push book. It just hasn't had it delivered yet. Solstice did finish his Dawnbringer, which is pretty good. Hag finished a Grimoire. And the next tier items is going to probably determine where this mid-game shift goes. It looks like Kraken's going to go with Shrunken Head, which makes a lot of sense. With the 2 major nuke ultis in the Hag and the Solstice. Especially if you're inside of an Engineer ultimate, can sway a fight pretty quickly. I mean, you saw that down at the Ancient Exchange after they killed Swiftblade. How there was 4 of them and then there was none of them. And something like a Shrunken Head will completely negate all of those abilities. The only thing it's not really going to take care of is the Swiftblade ultimate, but at this point, the Swiftblade ultimate really isn't doing much. They're pretty good about target spread. Oh, it looks like they're going to try to jump on the Solstice here. Swiftblade does land full duration ultimate on Kraken, but at least half of it was probably negated by the Rhapsody. They land a stun on Rhapsody and drop her. This Silhouette, she's coming in hard. She's coming in hard, but she's just going to switch out. She doesn't give a shit. She ends up killing the Swiftblade. At this point, I don't even know if Swiftblade's a great target. This Hag might get dropped too. She blinks in. Her stun's on cool. I mean, her blinks on cooldown, and they do. Man, Playmaker is just not having a good time tonight. Anytime I see like they're going to get some kind of progress or some kind of progression going where they close the gap, 1 or 2 very important heroes falls to this majorly formed Silhouette. This Magnus, okay, so he does pick up the Shrunken Head. I don't know, he must have used it. I must have missed that. But this Silhouette is starting to get out of hand. She is sighted bottom. They know he's there. Solstice is going to run. He should run. Okay, so he does the ultimate just to burn the illusions and fear for a second. They might be able to jump on this Geo. This Geo is going to fall. They're going to have to follow it up. Maybe not. He might be able to get out. Silhouette is still here. I don't know if she... Okay, she was just sighted. She's going to blank out. They can still see the rope. So they know she's down. Swiftblade. Oh, man. This is the time when you need your ultimate, man. That sucks. Nullstone was wore off. But we know that Swiftblade ulti takes a little bit of time to cool down. So it looks like Silhouette's going to go into the Shrunken Head. So she has her core. She's got Blink, Shrunken Head. Well, she's on her way to a Shrunken Head. Blink, Shrunken Head. Geos. She's got pretty much everything she needs. Transition that into a Savage Mace or a Wingbow. Okay, so Kraken misses the charge. They're going to jump back in onto this Solstice. Solstice better get out of here. Fast. Oh, no, don't go back in the lane. Oh, my. Big plays. Big plays. Hellborn team does seem like they're doing a little bit better of a job warding. I mean, they had a relatively decent idea that they were there. And it looks like the Legion team just has this one ward up in the jungle here, which is going to expire soon. Okay, so they do have one on the Ancients, which is pretty good, especially when you have heroes like Silhouette that are... I mean, Swiftblade that are trying to, like, vie for every bit of farm that they can get. Still sitting at 1,080 life. I just hate that. He's got to get something. I would even be in favor of him getting something like an Elder, just so he has... you know, the life that it would gain, or maybe even a Helm of the Black Legion. I would be cool with that. Helm of the Black Legion, I think, would be great in this position, especially going up against a Silhouette. Like he's in a really bad spot right now. He's gonna die again. He's gonna die. Two more auto attacks. Is he gonna get away? He's going to get away. Maybe. He's going to fall. Okay, so there we go. Man, this Swiftblade, the thing about it is with the silhouette and her jump ability and the amount of DPS that she can put out on a single target. And that's the thing. You guys have to realize, okay, so Hag does fall top to the Kraken and the Torture combo, and Solstice looks like he's in a really bad spot too. They are really far behind. The Hellborn team is really far behind now. And the one thing that they can't do is get picked off one at a time, and that's exactly what they're doing if they want to get back into this game. Looks like they're going to jump. Hag lands a relatively decent ultimate. They might be able to kill on this Rhapsody, but... Oh, wow. Stuns on cooldown, or off cooldown. Okay, so Blink Bang does kill the Rhapsody. They might be able to turn this back around on the Geo. Wow, okay, Geo just misses the Magma stun. And Silhouette is doing what she's supposed to do. And killing towers and taking racks. And there's really nothing that they can do to stop her. Okay, so at least she didn't get the racks. That's great for the Hellborn team. But the one thing that they can't do right now is they can't get individual picks. Like, they can't allow themselves to get picked off one at a time. They might be able to try to jump on this Geo. So they land a big stun on him. He is going to be able to dig away. But he has no mana unless he pops Ring. He does pop Ring. And he doesn't have the ability to port out because he doesn't have a TP. And he's probably going to fall. Okay. So that's pretty good. Playmaker getting a little bit of payback for those pretty sad deaths there in the middle. And Silhouette's going to fall again. I mean, Swiftblade's going to fall again. Oh! Oh, she doesn't get the last auto attack in. Engineer's in a bad spot. Engineer falls to the Kraken. And it looks like they're going to push... Oh, man. This is going to be really rough. I mean, I think it was stated at the beginning of the game. I don't know if it was Pink or maybe Manafont said that if the game goes 50 minutes, the Hellborn team is in a much better position. I think they were a lot better off about 5 minutes ago than they are now. And I don't think it was necessarily just a transition into the late game. I just think that they had a lot of bad picks after winning team fights where they stayed engaged when they shouldn't have been. And this Swiftblade not having any health is really hurting them. He does pick up a shield. So I don't know if he's going to go Iron Shield or if he's going to put that into a Helm of the Black Legion. I really think Helm of the Black Legion would be great. Having armor is phenomenal, but if you don't have the health to support the negation, you're not really doing anything for yourself. And I'm curious what she's going to go. Because she can drop the vestments with as long as she has the Shrunken Head and she stays in the back. She is sitting on 1,500 gold. And they are going to jump. Who did they even kill? Oh, they killed the Swiftblade again. Pretty big cake landed by the Engineer. Pretty good ultimate, but the Rhapsody outside of the energy field is really going to stop all of that. Too many Shrunken Heads. All three. Wow. She's an Immortal? 15-0. Incredible. So the Kraken does fall. They're going to try to jump in. Magnus misses his stun. She's staying in. She's getting her 16-0. Wow, and she's going to get away? No! The tower killed her! Credit to Chunks, which is great. Geos is trying to stay in this. The Earth's Grass is going to kill him? Nope. He can come back in. He can come back in as long as he charges. Charge. And he gets the second kill. Okay, so somebody got a lot of gold from the 16-0 kill. Who got that? I guess, okay, so Chunks got 800 gold for stopping Carried's 16-0. I had no idea he was at 15, I didn't know he was that high up. That's really good. I mean, he's one of the heroes that you do want to get that gold on. He's now sitting on 2,300 gold. He can finish his Shrunken Head if he decides to go that route, which is probably a pretty smart bet. I think he needs something more in the way of damage or more in the way of attack speed. The Dawnbringer's giving him some of that, but he needs more. He's critting for 285, 284. Nice ultimate by Swiftblade, but this Torture is big enough that... okay, so Solstice is not going to go back in. He knows there's more than one hero here. If he can land a pretty decent duration ultimate, he knows the... Oh, okay, he's just going to stun through. I was going to say, he knows the Shrunken Head is on cooldown from the Torture, but it looks like they're just going to push up this bottom lane. I really don't know why the pressure in the bottom lane. I mean, they already have 100% control of that, and they don't have vision, but they know that if they do put a ward down, which is pretty good for Death Shiver, stepping up that warding game. But you can see the Legion team they're playing the ward game pretty aggressive, and I like that. They're taking their advantage, and they're really expressing that all over the map. They are going to go for a Kongor kill here. And it looks like Silhouette is going to go the Wing Bow, which is a great addition, especially since they added the whole range buff. And Magnus, oh man. She stuns all three. Oh man, this Engineer is okay, Swiftblade. Solstice is going to jump in, but the problem is they're spread. His team is too spread. Everybody is Shrunken Heads. I don't know what's going to happen here. Solstice is going to be able to get out. Engineer lands a pretty decent ultimate. Rhapsody did have to run through the field. There's so much stuff going on, I don't even know who's dying. So we have Engineer dead. We have Magnus dead. And the rest of the team is going to back. Did anybody die on the Hellborn team? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody. Nobody died. No, that's good. They're going to be able to finish Kong uncontested. They, like I said, they have vision of them doing this. And then they can just sit back and farm, wait for the lanes to push, and decide what lane they want to take after that. Wait till, you know, the tokens are 2 minutes and rinse and repeat. DPS-wise, there's really nothing coming out from the Hellborn team. Swiftblade dies too early on in the fight. He only has 1,000 life. I don't know what the hell he's going. He decided to pick up... What did he get? He just got a ring, though. So plus 5 armor. I don't know what that's going to do. This Engineer is going to fall again. And they're just having a really tough go of this. I don't think they're going to be able to make it to the point where they can come back in this game. The Silhouette is way too farmed. She's level 25. They're not going to be able to contest these barracks. Ultimates are on cooldown from Hag. The Solstice does have his ultimate, but I don't know what's going to do against these Shrunken Heads. They're just going to pop him right before it goes off. Okay, maybe not. They're going to let him land a full duration ultimate, but at this point, it doesn't even really matter. They're so far ahead. They have all the items that they need to take these big blasts. Kraken's just tanky. He's got his vestments. He's got his Shrunken Head. He is going to charge in on this Geos, though. Oh, he didn't. He didn't go for the secondary strikes, which, okay, I understand why. Magnus stuns in, lands a stun on both the Torture and the Geos. Geos disjoints the Haunt by stunning away, and the Magnus is in a really bad spot. Kraken has low health. The Hag does get a kill on him, but the Rhapsody lands a pretty decent ultimate. Everybody's pretty clustered. Magnus is going to try to channel his ultimate, and he does. He gets full duration ultimate, and it goes into hiding, and he's going to live. Wow. And who fell? Oh, Hag fell again. So, at this point, I mean, I hate to say it, Hellborn team, but the game looks pretty lost. 2 sets at racks down. Token is still up on the Silhouette. I mean, she's just doing work. That's an illusion. Okay. It's going on the Geos here. Is he going to be able to get... Oh, last strike. Last strike. Sight him. Sight him, sight him, sight him. Sight him. Nope. He's looking for the sight. Does he have it on cooldown? Oh, it is on cooldown. My bad. Oh, well. No, he's not going to be able to catch him. Too bad. Silhouette's going to take this top tower uncontested. Kill the creep wave. She says, screw the creeps. I'm just going straight for the tower. She's going to be close to her wing bow. If she doesn't have it already. Okay, so Swift went souls. I don't understand it. The guy only has 1,200 life. He's got to have the second lowest life on his team. He does. He has the second lowest life on his team. Rhapsody has more health than him. Rhapsody has more health than Swiftblade. I mean, I understand getting the armor to try to negate Okay, he's switching it to negative, which I definitely don't understand that. But, okay, so... Yeah, I don't know what he's going... I don't really know... I don't think demonic is the best way to go if that's what he's going to try to transition to, but... Like I said, I'm not the competitive player. Looks like Rhapsody does pick up the Void Talisman, which is great against heroes like Swiftblade, but I don't think Swift's going to survive long enough in any fight to be able to do anything. They need to do something now. If not, the Silhouette illusions are going to end up killing the damn Rex. They jump in on Silhouette. She's got a token, so she's saying, please burn me down. There's 50 seconds left on it. She does not care if she dies. If I were her, I would just focus the Rax. Engineer lands a decent ultimate, catches the Kraken, kind of stops Geos and Rhapsody from coming in, but he's going to fall. That's game, guys. Looks like they're going to try to let this go as long as they can. Magnus lands a pretty big ultimate. Lands it on a lot of people. Where's Swiftblade at in all this? Oh, he died early on. Alright, so... Hag's doing a little bit of work. She needs to get out. The Swiftblade, okay, Magnus basically saved her. I don't know if they're going to try to turn this. But she, Magnus is going to fall. Man, look how hard she's hitting. She's going to get... And she got Annihilation. She annihilated her. Oh, wow. It was not really like a true Annihilation because one respawn, but... That's it. That's it, guys. Wow. So we look at the overall stats at the end of that game. What did she end up GPM-wise? She ended up with almost 700 GPM. It's really impressive. I don't know why it's bugged that I can't see what she had items-wise, but I know she had the wing bow, she had the Geos, she had the Nullstone boots, portal key. I mean, she had everything to be a carry Silhouette, and they really didn't do anything to stop her. There was a couple bad exchanges toward the mid-game for the Hellborn team, and she took off, and they didn't look back. So, congrats to Turn On My Swag. Coming soon. Looks like you need some work. I wish both these teams best of luck, and I think they're going to So, if they do, I will start another cast. This has been another Sabercast. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it.